Hey friends, welcome to today's video and Happy New Year. I am so excited to be filming this video. This video is long overdue. I'm probably the last person on YouTube to upload this video, but today I'm going to be sharing with you guys the best of 2020 for me. And this is kind of random, you know, I'm getting this up late, so this isn't a series. I don't have best of foundations followed by best of eyeshadow palettes followed by, you know, all of that. This is basically kind of just all the beauty products that I used and loved last year. A lot of these were brand new products that launched in 2020 that I discovered in 2020, but there are some products here that I've just continued to use for years, and they're just favorites. They're just favorites. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so we're gonna dive right in and talk about foundations. I have three, maybe four foundations to share with you guys. We're gonna start with probably my favorite discovery of 2020, and that is the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better foundation. I love this foundation. This foundation did launch in 2020, and what can I say? It's a miracle product. I think it would be great for all skin types, and that is really difficult to say for foundations because foundations usually are so personal to your skin type or your skin texture. I really feel like this is a good overall foundation for most skin types. It gives a very natural skin look in that it doesn't look like you've powdered it, but it doesn't look like shiny or excessively dewy. It gives a good medium coverage. It's just beautiful. It makes the skin look flawless. It has a very great wearing power. Like, I know that when I wear this foundation, I'm gonna have a good skin day. It's very reliable. It is absolutely beautiful. I am the shade medium cool 30, and this is a good match for me. I remember when this first launched, I picked up a shade, I forget what it was, but it was slightly too dark or it oxidized on me. I had to go and exchange it for this one. Okay, moving right along to a foundation that I loved all year long. You heard me talk about it. It was pretty much my go-to long-wearing matte finish foundation, and that is the Dior Forever 24-hour wear high perfection skin caring foundation with sunscreen. This foundation is such a beautiful foundation for a matte finish. It's a very natural matte finish. It gives great coverage. It's very long wearing. It stays matte throughout the day. It doesn't get shiny or move or transfer or fade. It's just a good, reliable foundation. I've been meaning to pick up the Dior Forever Glow because I had several of you guys suggest that one, and a few of you said that it is a little misleading because it says glow, but it's not really a glowy foundation. So I meant to pick that up at Sephora last week, but I ended up getting two other foundations, so I decided I would wait. The next foundation is by Pat McGrath, and I'm pretty certain that I did pick this up in 2020. I'm not sure if did this launch in 2020? I should know that. So this is the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection foundation, and this foundation is so beautiful. This is very lightweight. It gives a very natural satin finish. It gives great coverage. Of the three that I'm sharing, this is definitely more of the dewy kind of satin finish foundation, but it still has good wear time. It is one that you'll have to touch up, especially if you're more normal to an oily T-zone area. If you're drier, you might just be able to wear this all day without having to worry about touch-ups, but it's just so beautiful and very lightweight. If you are someone that doesn't like a thicker foundation as far as texture and consistency, that's a very, very lightweight, beautiful foundation. And I am the shade light medium 10 in this one. In the Dior Forever, I should have mentioned that, I apologize. I am the shade 25N neutral. So yeah, those three were the foundations that I wore pretty much all year, aside from I wore it when it launched, but I wore those consistently throughout the year of 2020. I have one product that isn't technically a foundation, but it's the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint SPF 40. I picked this up over the summer last year because we were going to Colorado. I didn't want to wear a foundation that's matte or full coverage or anything. I wanted to have very light, fresh skin in Colorado. We were going to be outside a lot, so I wanted a good SPF coverage. Ilia is a clean at Sephora brand, so it's free of toxic, harsh ingredients or chemicals. The one thing I will say about this product though is that it has a very interesting, maybe interesting is the right word for the smell? Foul? Well, I don't know, that's a little strong and harsh. It has a smell to it. And when I first talked about this in my first video, I remember someone posing the question to me in the comments, like, does the smell bother you? And I didn't even notice it when I applied it, and then I went and smelled it, and I was like, how do I not? That's happened to me twice. With the Wet n Wild foundation too, the same thing. I didn't notice the smell until someone pointed it out, and then I smelled it. I guess when I apply it, I don't smell it. Anyway, it has a smell to it, so if that grosses you out, then just smell it before you buy it at Sephora. This has a very sheer coverage. I wear this like if I'm going running outside and I want some SPF coverage. I don't want to have makeup on, but I want my skin to look good. I'll put this on. It's very hydrating. It has hyaluronic acid in it, so it's going to, you know, attract moisture, lock moisture into the skin. I really, really like that product. Again, it's not a foundation. It's very dewy looking though. Very, very dewy. So if you don't like that, I wouldn't suggest it. It's not a product that I wear when I'm doing my makeup like this and I want to go out for the day. It's really a product that I wear when I'm going to exercise, I'm going outside, maybe I'm going to Target. You know what I mean? Like I'm not going to put a lot of makeup on, but I want my skin to have some life. That's one that I'll go for. Okay, let's move right along to concealers. I have two concealers to share with you guys. These really kind of stole the show in 2020 when it comes to concealers. I'll share the first with you. It's a drugstore foundation, concealer. The drugstore foundation for this is also nice. That should be in this video too. The Fresh Wear foundation, so good. But this is the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Full Wear Concealer. And this concealer is so good. It gives great coverage. It's creamy and hydrating. You know, I do set it with a powder, and I don't find that it creases or moves underneath me. It's creamy enough to where it's very easy to blend out, but it stays in place. It doesn't, like I said, move or settle in creases or fine lines. It's just a great concealer. And it's also creamy and hydrated enough to where you can apply it on the face and kind of blend it in with your finger or a brush on the days that you necessarily don't want to wear foundation, but maybe you want to wear like a skin tint or a tinted moisturizer. This is really good. Some concealers are too dry, and I find that you can't really blend them out well. And this one is just great. It's real creamy and blends out into the skin effortlessly. It's really, really nice. I love it. The other is the Pat McGrath, what is the name of this? Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Concealer. This, my favorite concealer of 2020. Probably my favorite concealer ever, to be honest. It's so good. It has a very kind of unique texture to it. I almost say it feels like a kind of gel serum concealer. It's very lightweight. It gives great coverage. This is the wrong shade. I actually am LM9. That's the shade I normally wear. This is a little bit more peachy, but I love this. I've been wearing this all year. It's so beautiful. Highly recommend it. It would be great for mature skin or textured under eyes because it is lightweight. It's not going to look heavy or cakey at all. It's not like a real creamy or emollient formula, but it's definitely not dry. It definitely leans more of the kind of hydrated texture to it. It's really beautiful. I love it. I really, really love it. Highly recommend that. Okay, let's move right along. I want to share two blushes with you guys, and both of them are drugstore. Actually, I have three. Two of them are drugstore, and one is Sephora. So the first one is this shade by Burt's Bees. It is the Burt's Bees blush, and I think this is the shade Shy Pink. I'll have it listed in the description box, but I picked this up for a Walmart campaign that I did, I want to say in October or November maybe, and I love this blush. It's so beautiful. It's just the softest, prettiest kind of peachy pink. It has a very slight sheen to it, so it's not shimmery or sparkly at all, but it does give a very, very light, do you see that? Kind of light highlight glow on the cheeks. It's beautiful, and it's got quite a bit of color, even though it didn't look like that on my hand. When I apply this with like the BK Beauty 107 brush, I get a fair amount of color. I actually have it on my cheeks today, and I don't usually do this, but I was just kind of gathering all the products out for this video. I topped it with this other blush that's on my list. It's the e.l.f. powder blush in the shade Mellow Mauve. This blush is beautiful. This does have a bit more of a sheen to it than the Burt's Bees. Again, not excessively shimmery, but a little bit of a sheen. This also is a peachy pink, but it leans more peach than pink. It's just a really good kind of nude pink blush. It's one of those shades that just looks good on, I think, all skin tones, kind of light to medium-ish. It just gives like the natural flush to the cheeks. It's really beautiful. The next blush is not going to be a surprise because there were like 5 or 6 months out of the year that I just talked about this blush nonstop, and it's the Fenty cream blush in the shade Petal Poppin'. I have been on a cream blush kick all year long. All of last year, cream products just really made their their way into my like favorites. And this was by far my favorite cream blush. This shade is again that peachy pink shade, and it's just really easy to work with. It looks like it has a lot of color, but you can definitely sheer it out on the cheeks very easily. You can use your finger to apply it. You can also use a brush to apply it. You can use a sponge. It's very easy to work with. This one is very foolproof. It's very difficult to apply too much of this or to get it wrong. You can fix it easily. I really, really love this. It gives the cheeks a very like youthful, like healthy glow to the skin. It's so, so beautiful. Okay, moving right along, let's talk about the Fenty Cream Bronzer. This is also a favorite of 2020. I believe I got the two together, and I believe it was for a Fenty campaign earlier in the year. There's hair in it. That's so gross. I'm sorry. It's so beautiful. This is the shade Butter Biscuit, and it is just the color and the shade is perfect. I want to say it's more of a contour shade than a bronzer shade. It's not very warm. It's more on the cool tone, but it's not too gray. It's just like kind of that perfect color that could dual as a bronzer or a contour. And again, just like the blush, it's so easy to work with. My favorite way to apply this is to take the BK Beauty 107 brush and use it to apply it. I use this brush actually for both the blush and the cream bronzer. It's a great brush for cream products. Another brush that's great for cream products, and this is one of my favorites for the year, is the BK Beauty 108 brush. If you didn't see me use this in every single video, you weren't watching. This is the only BK Beauty brush I'm going to talk about in this video. Obviously, I used my brushes all year long, but this one, I feel like if you own one BK Beauty brush, this is the one to get. The 101 also is like our most popular brush. Of course, we keep selling out of it, but the reason I love this brush is because you can use it for concealer. You can use it to set with powder in the center of the face. I mean, you can really use it all over the face, but if you're gonna like set all over the face, you would probably wanna use something bigger. I also love this for cream blush. It's just the perfect little size. It's just like a total workhorse brush. It does so much. I'll also use it even to set my eyelids, like after I apply an eyeshadow primer before I apply shadow. I have literally like 3 or 4 of these at all times in front of me for different purposes. They're so, so good. I would recommend getting at least 2 of these, period, because you're gonna wanna use it for powder and you're gonna definitely wanna use it for cream. Okay, moving right along, what should we talk about next? What do I wanna talk about? What do I wanna talk about? Let's talk about lashes, because I let go of my lash extensions in September, I think it was. And, you know, really I did that because we were launching the palette in November and I wanted to, you know, be able to do a lot of eye makeup tutorials without these big distracting lashes. So I removed them in September. I started using this every single night to help my lashes grow back. I wish I had taken some video of my lashes right after I removed them because they were so sad. I had no lashes pretty much. I mean, they were so sad. I don't think my lashes have looked this good naturally. I don't even know if they ever have. I don't know if they ever have. This is the Revitalash Advanced Eyelash Conditioner. Like I said, I use it every night. It's made the hugest difference in my lashes. Thick, I mean, I wouldn't say they're super long. They look really long now because of this next product that I'm gonna share with you guys, this mascara. But even when I take the mascara off, my lashes are the healthiest that they have ever been. Highly recommend Revitalash if you are looking for a lash serum. Just be patient with it. All lash serums are gonna take at least 3, maybe 4 weeks to start really seeing results. And that's daily use. If you use it for a week and you don't see anything, don't get frustrated. If you use it for 4 weeks, but you're only doing it 2 nights out of the week, don't get frustrated. You really have to, I mean, I've gotten in bed before and I've been so cozy and comfortable. And then I think, oh, I forgot my lash serum. And so I'll get up and I'll go apply it. I'm very committed, very, very committed. Okay, so let's talk. I feel like I need some water. Do I have water up here? I don't have water up here. I'm talking so fast. The next product is definitely a standout product for 2020, and that is the Lancome Lash Idol Mascara. This mascara, I mean, I don't even know if I need to like speak. Like, I mean, look at this. So what's really cool about this mascara is that it's a very lightweight gel formula. So it actually helps lift and curl the lashes. And because it's a lightweight gel formula, it stays curled and lifted all day. It's not gonna weigh your lash down. Sometimes you try these curling mascaras and they look great when you first apply them, and then you look in the mirror 4 hours later and they're kind of falling flat. Not the case with this. It's also lightweight enough to where you can build and build and build build and build, and it's not going to get clumpy. I mean, it's kind of crazy how much you can build and layer without it even clumping or getting too thick. You don't necessarily need a lot of that. You'll get, I would say, a good like 2 to 3 coats. I really wiggle it in there and I work it in there, and it gives me so much length and volume too, but it's definitely like a wow lengthening mascara. Highly, highly recommend this. This just launched in December, so this was a last kind of end of year discovery, but it's so, so good. Okay, moving right along, I wanna share this lip gloss with you guys, and I know this is a favorite for many of you. It launched at the drugstore. It's the Maybelline Lifter Gloss Hyaluronic Acid. I think this gloss is, next to the Milani Keep It Full lip glosses, the best sheer colored lip gloss. It doesn't have a lot of color to it. It's really just gonna give you that high shine without adding a lot of color. It's a great lip topper. I have it on now. I'm gonna apply a little bit more. Super high glossy. It has a really refined shimmer to it, which isn't gonna look shimmery on the lips. It's just gonna magnify that wet, glossy lip look is what it's gonna do. I love the packaging. It's kind of thick and fat. I love the applicator. It has a nice little scent to it. I got the shade Moon, and it's just a really nice kind of sheer rosy pink. You can wear it, you know, over any lip color that you have. You could also wear it by itself. It's gonna look more kind of sheer without anything underneath it, but it's beautiful. Okay, moving right along, I have, let's see, what do I wanna share next? I wanna share these eyeliners. I've got 3 eyeliners to share with you guys. Well, actually two formulas, but I have 2 different colors in one of them. So the Fenty Fly Pencil I discovered this year, and I loved it. I went out and bought it in 3 other different shades. I have 2 of them here. I have the shade Puppy Eyes, which is kind of like a bronze shimmery shade. I'm wearing this now underneath my lash line. You can see right there, it's a very rich coppery bronze. You definitely see that sparkle in it. And then I have the shade 'Cause I'm Black, and I wear this all of the time in my waterline. This is it. What I love about these is they're really soft and creamy. So I've been tight lining ever since I removed my lashes. So that is basically, you know, applying it right here underneath the lash line in the waterline. And that's not the most comfortable place to apply makeup, right? Your eyes kind of water, you might poke your eye if you do it wrong. So you wanna find an eye pencil that is creamy and super pigmented so that it doesn't require a lot of back and forth. Kind of just like a one swoop and done product. This is it, it's great. I love this. I also discovered the Makeup by Mario liquid liner pen. Holy moly. If you use a liquid liner pen like this, you have to have this one. I think this is the best one I have ever used. And I was at Sephora and I was just kind of cruising through Makeup by Mario's little display because it's a newer brand this year. And I asked, this is it right here, and I asked the Sephora girl what she recommended, and she was just raving about this. And my favorite before this was the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner, also really great one. What I love about this is it's very rich and black, you can see. So again, it's just kind of one stroke and you get that pigment that you need and want. The felt tip is really nice because it's got a really fine point right there, so you can get a really fine line. It's also super soft and flexible, so you can lay it down and get a little thicker. It's just a great, easy to work with liner. It doesn't smudge on me at all. It's very long wearing, it's very matte. Really, really love it. It kind of makes a liquid liner really easy to apply. Love, love, love that. Okay, let's hop back over to the lip category. I have 2 more lip products to share with you guys. The first is by Honest Beauty, and it's their liquid lipsticks. Now, I didn't really talk a whole lot about these on my channel, but I wore these a ton this last year. So there are a few, I feel like liquid lipsticks are really evolving and coming a long way. They're no longer, I mean, some of them still are, but there are many brands now and formulas that are very soft, comfortable wear liquid lipsticks. The whole appeal to a liquid lipstick, right, is that it's very rich in pigment, very long wearing, and matte. Most of them. Some of them have frost or shimmer, but those are kind of like the traditional, what I think of when I think of a liquid lipstick. Now, the problem I've always had with kind of the earlier formulas is that they're very drying. You put them on the lips, you talk, your lips move, and then it's just like crack city, right? It just cracks everywhere and it's not comfortable and it looks bad. This is very comfortable. It's very smooth on the lips and it's very long wearing. And I think in this day and age of us always wearing masks, I think a lot of us are probably looking for long wear lip colors. This is a good one to try. And this is the shade Off Duty, and I love this one. It's just a good kind of, you know, peachy nude shade. Really beautiful. I'll show you guys here on my hand what this looks like. And it gives a very soft matte look on the lips. Very nice. And then the last lip product that I have to share with you guys is by Tarte, and this is the Maracuja Juicy Lip, and this is the shade Watermelon, and I'm almost hesitating to tell you guys that because when I first got these like this summer, I remember raving about it on Instagram, and I had so many of you that were like, I can't find the shade Watermelon on their website, which was so odd because this was sent to me in PR, so I wonder why they would send me something that was not available, but I did go to the website and I could not find it. But either way, I want to share it because it comes in other shades, and I really like the formula. If anything, the formula is so nice. It's kind of like this hybrid between a lip balm and a lip gloss. It is very, very glossy, but it's applied like a lip balm. It makes the lips look not quite as glossy as this, but just like juicy. It makes them look juicy, hence the name Juicy Lip. Love it. I also have it in clear, but I do like the shade Watermelon. Okay, moving right along. Okay, you guys, this is definitely my most worn palette of 2020, and I'm sure y'all can guess. A little biased, but definitely the BK Beauty True Beauty palette is the palette that I wore all year long, really. I mean, we didn't launch this until November, but I was wearing it all year long as we were testing and kind of nailing down the formula and all of that. I had tons and tons of samples and lab samples sent to me over last year, and I was always wearing it. I'm wearing it today. Love this palette. It's, you know, I created it to be a very like neutral, easy, everyday, effortless palette for our first palette. We are working on our second palette, and there will be changes to color story and all of that. But for the first one, I wanted it to be a great basic everyday palette. I threw in a little pop of color with Kate. What is really interesting about the shade Kate is you can wear it by itself like I have on my lid, but you can also like layer it on top of any of these shades here, the shimmer shades in the middle, and it's gonna give the slightest like alteration of a purple hue to it, but it still looks very neutral. So like, let me show you guys. So I'm gonna take this shade here, Amore, and we are going to, where should I do? Should I draw my arm here? Let's try this. Okay, so that is what Amore looks like, right? It's not the best swatcher here. So it's like this, you know, real coppery, shimmery shade. Also, the shimmers were designed to be very soft, easy, mature, skin friendly. Okay, then I'm gonna take the shade Kate and I'm gonna put it right on top of it, and I want you to see what it does. So it gives it a little bit of a tint to a purple, but it's still very neutral. I wanted a shade that could like let you stair step into wearing color. I'm gonna show you what Kate looks like by itself without being paired. So this is what Kate looks like. Kate is on the bottom by itself. What am I doing? Here we go. On the bottom, and then that's with it paired over Amore. So it's purple, but you know, it's definitely toned down. So if you have this palette, try that. Try to layer Kate over any of these shades here, and it's really cool. I think you'll be really like, oh, what a cool trick, you know? Okay, moving right along, the other palette that I found myself loving and wearing a ton was the Fenty Beauty Snap palette in the True Neutrals #1. Just a great tiny little mini, has everything you need palette, great for travel, great formula, great pigmentation, great color story. Love it. Okay, you guys, I am moving right along. We're on 27 minutes. Okay, for hair, I have 2 hair products, and I think we are wrapped up after that. So the first is a product that I've talked about on my channel for a couple of years now, ever since it launched, but I have yet to find a conditioner that I love more. I have yet to find it. It's the Colleen Rothschild Quench and Shine Hair Mask. I use this as my regular conditioner. I only wash my hair about twice a week, so it's not like I'm using this every single day. It is heavier if you have really fine kind of limp hair. It might be too heavy for your hair, to be honest. If you want to give it a try because you're really curious, just use a very, very small amount, and I would probably focus more of that on the lower half of your hair because it will, I think, weigh down, you know, the top of your hair if you want volume. It's just a great conditioner, and for the price, it's really good. I want to say this is $34 or something, but Colleen Rothschild is always having promotions. I'm sure they're having one actually by the time this video goes up, and if so, I will have that link down below. I do have a discount code for you guys. I think it's Lisa J20 or Lisa20. I will confirm it, and that will be listed below, but my point is that you should never have to pay the full retail on this. It'll either be on promotion, or you can use my coupon code and get 20% off. It's so, so good. So good. I love it. I'm always stocked up with at least one in my drawer, if not 2 extra. Okay, and the last hair product is something I picked up at the anniversary sale. It's the GHD Soft Curl Curling Iron. It is the iron in the sense that it has a little clamp here. It's not the wand, but sometimes I've been playing with it and just wrapping it around like a wand to give like a straighter kind of wavy look versus a curl. I love it. I don't know what to say about it. It's like, what do I love about it more than the T3? Because I had the T3 and I loved the T3 too before that. But I will say that this gives me a little more versatility. The T3 gives me big curls, and they last, and they're very voluminous, and they stay, and they're real, you know, lots of curls. But I have a hard time getting a looser wave or a looser curl with the T3. This one I have more versatility. I can get a straighter wave. I can get a lot of volume. It's also very easy to like run down the hair like this without snagging or pulling the hair. I can't do that on the T3. On the T3, when I want to release it, I have to like kind of take the wand out, which when I do this, it expands the curl, and sometimes my curl gets too big. What I like about this is I can kind of, you know, slide it, wrap it around my hair, and then I can slide it down, and it doesn't snag or pull my hair. I really love it. It's probably the best curling iron I've ever used. And that wraps up my best of most used and most loved products from 2020. I know it was kind of a random smorgasbord of products. Like I said, I intended on filming this early in December and kind of doing like favorite, you know, foundations, favorite eyeshadows, favorite blush, but that didn't happen. We got sick in December and it kind of put us out for a couple of weeks, and that's why I ended up taking a little bit more time off of YouTube than I planned on doing. And so here we are, and I thought I would just really kind of pare it down to like top products, you know. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I wish you guys the happiest of New Year's. I think that, you know, after last year, there's so much I'm grateful for last year. You know, I learned a lot last year about myself, about my priorities, and I think that it definitely, I'm coming out of 2020 better than I went into it. So I'm grateful for that, and I'm really looking forward to 2021. I have so many like exciting ideas for my channel and my content, and I want 2021 to be the year that I just kind of up level and really pour my heart into YouTube and creating content here. And I think we have an awesome team at BK Beauty, and it's allowed me to kind of you know, get back to you know, doing what I love, which is kind of being here in this community with you guys. So that's all I have to say, you guys. Thank you so much. I am getting back on schedule. I will have my regular videos and get back up to my normal 2 to 3 videos per week very soon. So I wish you guys the best, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.